Good morning. Hello, everyone. Oh, I have it the wrong way. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Let me fix something really quick. How did I not notice that before? Okay, wires are good now. Hello, welcome. It's been a while. I hope everyone has had a fantastic week. We've had a great week here. I am feeling so much better. I know I haven't been here since my knee surgery. I kept thinking I could, and then I kept having physical therapy or post-op appointments. But I'm doing fantastic. I actually feel so much better. So thank you, everyone, for the great thoughts. Hello, everyone coming in. Diana says she's so glad I'm back. She's been having withdrawal symptoms. Well, I actually did my Patreon exclusive live Tuesday, and I kept joking. I had kind of forgotten what to do. I'm so out of practice. So I'm glad they were my guinea pigs because it really helped with today. Yes, I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be live with you guys. I'm really excited about today's project. It is going to be a ton of coloring. So we're probably going to get right into it because I don't want to keep you here forever. But Lawn Fawn just keeps coming out with the best products, as always. Every release, I'm like, this is my favorite. No, this one's my favorite. So good. And I'm really, really excited about it. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Oh, thank you, Debbie. And Deborah. Good morning, Kelly. Hello, Teresa. It's so good to see everybody here this morning. So thank you so very much for joining me. If you are new here, welcome. If you have been here for a while, I'm so glad to see so many familiar faces. If you're new, I would so love it if you would subscribe, if everyone would give it a thumbs up. It really does help, and I appreciate it so very much. And with that, I think we're going to flip it around, talk about the products we're going to use today, and do, I was going to say a little, but it's a lot of coloring, but it's so worth it. Let's see. Yes. And if you are part of Patreon and you missed the live, the top tier patrons, you can always rewatch those. In fact, I am working on a master list of all of the videos for you guys, so it's a little easier to find instead of having to scroll through, and I'm just going to keep updating it. Okay, I am going to flip the camera around. We are going to talk about today's card. Yes, Denise, my knee is doing so good. So today, this is what we're going to be working with. We are going to be using 3 brand new products, or this is what we're going to create. This is what we're going to be working with. So we're using 3 brand new products from the most recent summer release from Lawn Fawn. We're using TEA-RRIFIC Day, the stamps and the dies. Those are going to be some of our little cute critters having a birthday tea party here. I did stamp just a tiny little bit to finish off this phrase inside. The greetings are both from TEA-RRIFIC Day, and then I have them out of order. TEA-RRIFIC Day add-on. So if you want to have an even bigger tea party, you can add some other cute critters and some fun sayings and all of that good stuff, which I always love. Plus, you know, you can always go back to your other Lawn Fawn products and add in those because it's so consistent. I think that's one of the things I love the very most about Lawn Fawn is that you can mix and match, which I did. I didn't feel like in TEA-RRIFIC or the TEA-RRIFIC add-on that we had, let me move a couple things here, that we had quite the right critter, because I wanted one of them to peek out of our other new product we're using, which is this darling Lawn Fawn treehouse. This week I did post a video showing some pretty pink posh flowers that I colored with Copic markers, where I die cut everything from white cardstock and color it in with Copic markers. We're going to be doing that same thing here and then just tying it in with all of our stamped and die cut critters we have colored with Copic markers. I feel like it gives a lot more consistent look, and I love these. Lawn Fawn knocks it out of the park with their shaped dies. You guys might remember the pumpkin house card I did live if you've been here for a while last fall. I love it. I love anything like that. And so we're going to be using that. But the critter that I wanted to peek out of the interactive door, I looked through my stash and I thought, we have a little acorn teapot. I mean, the details, you guys, are incredible. And because of that, I thought, wouldn't it be cute if we had a squirrel peeking out from our treehouse? So our squirrel does come, here he is, from Let's Go Nuts, which was a fall set, of course, but I think it ties in great. Definitely look through some of your seasonal sets because sometimes you find some images that really work well with a more summerish themed card, which is definitely what I was doing here. The Cheery Crafter says, another house die I'm going to need to add to my collection. Yes. Oh my gosh. The house dies are so good. Oh, thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate that. Good morning, everyone. Mary, I've only been live for 6 minutes, so you have missed nothing. We have not even started making it. I always make, not always, but I have learned my lesson. So yes, now always, I make a prototype. We're going to make this from start to finish, though. So we have not even started that. Oh, I almost lost a little birdie. Let me put that back. You guys know I always prep and die cut things ahead of time so I'm not having to bang around with my die cutting machine. The other thing we're going to use, I just grabbed a basic large slimline. So this, we're just going to use this. You can also just die cut a panel to 3.5 by 8.5. You don't have to use a die. I did die cut it and then mask off the edges and ink blend, which is what we're going to do. And we're going to go ahead and just do that first, and then we're going to kind of dive into our coloring today. Fenella, I am feeling so good. Thank you for asking. Hello, everybody. Okay, my favorite tool to do a little masked edge. Oh gosh, that's not even close to right. Let's use these for the short sides. Is this Post-it tape. I use it all the time. It's what I use to hold down my dies. You're going to see it in action today as well. I'll just show you real quick. I pre-stamped and die cut, but I taped them in place because it's so much easier to color your images. Normally, I would die cut these after I colored them. Now, you can't really do that with the treehouse. So if you saw my video on my channel that features the Pretty Pink Posh spring foliage, I die cut everything from white cardstock. I tape it in place with Post-it tape, and then I color. And it looks like a hot mess, but I promise the results are amazing. And I love that you don't have to stay like in the lines like you have to do here. Yes, hello everybody. Thank you so much, Julie. Oh my goodness, Janice. I'm sending good thoughts for your husband. 3 knee replacements. Man, that's not good. They did tell me just with the arthritis that I'm probably going to be looking at least a partial knee replacement someday, not anytime soon. You know, if I do my PT and everything that they want me to do, I should be good for a while. Yes, Melly, the stamps are so good. Okay, once I've masked off the edges, again, this is not something you have to do, but I really do love that it has that little white edge, so it looks like it's matted, but it's not. So anything I can do to reduce some bulk. We're going to take a little bit of the Surf Simon Says stamp ink. Good morning, Elizabeth. And we are going to just ink the background. Because there's so much coloring, because there is, I kind of have some gunk there. Hold on. Let me see if I can erase that. I must have had something sticky. There we go. Because there's so much going on, what I was starting to say, I kept my background pretty simple. And I chose the Slimline. I will tell you, I tried and tried to make this fit a standard, and then I was like, I couldn't use everything I wanted to use. And if that is ever something that you are encountering, definitely try to do a Slimline card. because it really does allow you to have a lot more real estate to build your scenes. Sorry, I was thinking about something there. Oh, I bet you are, Janice, ready for your husband to get back to normal. I don't blame you. Let me fix something here. There we go. Cassie, how long ago did you have your knees replaced? I just guess I didn't realize how prevalent it was. Oh, you can really see that little mark. I hope I can hide that. We'll figure it out. Sometimes that happens, and we just have to figure out how to disguise some imperfections in the background. Okay, once I have my blue, I'm just going to take some Fairway ink, and we're going to ink that as our grass. So it's a little imperfect. You can always use dyes. You can always use some stencils if you want more detail. But again, I kind of just tried to keep it simple. Couple of reasons. One, like I said, so much going on. And two, to not have you guys here all day while we make one of my detailed cards. As I was making this, I thought, oh, this is one of those extra cards, but I couldn't stop. So there's that. All right. Once we have our color down, Janice says she's married to the Bionic Man. I love that. That is hilarious. Oh, Elizabeth, you did too. You know, I think you may have told me that already. 7 and 10 years ago. Yep. I have really severe arthritis. Both knees. So I'm sure, even though it's just the one knee that's given me the issues right now, I'm sure it'll be both at some point. Okay, so here's our background. I really don't need to do anything else right now. We're just going to set that aside. And I think we're going to start some coloring. We're going to move this here so you can kind of see what we're doing as we are doing it. Oh, Cassie, that's awesome. And you had them done a month apart. That's interesting. I think my dad, I'm trying to think how many years. It's been 3, 4. I think it's been between 4 and 5 years ago. My dad had both of his replaced at the same time. He says the same thing. Best thing he's ever done. Let me see. Christy loves extra. Thank you. I'm glad you guys, I know if you're here, you're part of my extra fan club, so I appreciate it. Yes, Cassie, bone on bone. They showed me my photos. I actually have them. It would be, I don't want to, the insides of your knees aren't really gross. I mean, I don't think so. I would never share some of the gross things. Like I bruised terribly, but I bruised kind of bad anyway. And I wasn't about to share that because I know not everyone likes disgusting things like that. I look much better now. The bruises are almost gone. And the swelling is gone. Woohoo! I feel good. I can straighten my leg. I mean, there's so many good things, you guys. I kind of forgot what that's like. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about with the messy coloring. I'm not worried too much about staying within the lines. The only thing I want to avoid here is the door. This is going to be our door frame, so that's going to kind of cover up anything messy right here. I am going to color in my door, but again, if I come a little out of the lines, the door frame is going to cover that up. What is better than not having to be perfect? For our tree, we're using E31, 55, and 57. Christine, what are you asking about? And did I miss Kelly? Did you get a new job? Oh man, congratulations. That is amazing. I am so happy for you. You can be part of our replay crew. I'm going to go in with my dark color now, E57. Oh, Sharon, that's good. So You still haven't had knee replacement then, because that's a nice long time. Yeah, so what they actually found, I guess since I haven't been here for a while, and it did take a while for me to kind of get all of the details. So here's the thing. After my surgery, I asked what they did, but I was just coming out of anesthesia, and my son couldn't come. My oldest son took me, and he couldn't come back due to protocols and stuff. And the recovery nurse didn't know the specifics. So at PT, they actually had all of my information, and they had thought they might have to do a lot of things. But what they actually did was a lateral release, which kind of moves my kneecap back straight. It wasn't exactly where it needed to be. And that ultimately kind of helps move my leg straight. And then they did a loose body removal, and it was pretty significant. And it was broken off cartilage that was floating around. Can you even imagine? Who knew? It was huge. The photos and the video that the doctor showed me was wow. Okay, so I went in with dark. I try to follow these stitching lines, and then I'm going in with my mid-tone, and I'm just kind of, I really need to refill this marker, I think. We're just going to kind of naturally follow those lines because I want this to look like bark. And you can go over this a few times. You don't have to worry too much if it's perfect or not. Oh, my injury. Christine, I wish I could tell you it was something good. It wasn't. I got down on the floor to pick up my cap of glue. I went to get up and my knee did not participate. And it took, I did 12 weeks of physical therapy first before surgery. Oh man, Liz, I'm sorry. That's not fun. Okay, so I feel like I need to go back in with a little bit of dark. And the great thing about Copics is you can really kind of play around with it as much as you want. Which I tend to do, wanting a specific kind of look. And I want it to be a little, not quite so perfect. Like I feel like I maybe need to just feather in a little bit more here to give it more of that bark kind of appearance. Especially maybe right through here. Whoops. Good thing the door's red. I think we can fix that. I don't worry about it too much. Okay, let's go color in our door. Christine, that is a mood right there. Getting old does suck. Hello, everybody. Hi, Joyce. Team Extra. Oh, you guys, you're so sweet. Thank you. So for the door, I'm also not going to worry about the window here. I'm actually just going to color over it. And we're going to go in, and I try to stay in the lines to a certain extent, but I'm not going to worry about it because remember, our door frame will cover it up. We're going to use our 35, 39, and 37. Oh, thank you, Christine. I have missed it too. I had really missed you guys. I had felt good last Friday, but I had that doctor's appointment and they needed me to come a little bit later, and I said sure. And it probably didn't hurt taking a little bit of extra time. But I am so, so, so happy to be back. Debbie, now that's a good point too. She says getting old is better than the alternative. That is true. Just wish things wouldn't break down. You know, you finally get old enough that you get smart. Like you have all the life experience and your body doesn't participate quite as good as you think sometimes. Okay, so our tree is looking pretty good. I think, like, I don't love, let me just blend out a couple of these little areas. This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes I probably just need to leave it alone. Okay, let's go ahead and do the top of our tree. So for my tree, I actually used, and I think, let me get the die set out. This is like a tree part for sure. This might actually be a cloud. I actually used both of these for my tree, and I did 2 of these and 2 of these for the tree over here. Most of them I did color off camera to save a little time, but we're going to color one of them here. And we're also going to color in one of the pieces of grass and the other flower stem and leaves. Let me see. Okay, we're going to do a little YG17 around the edges of our tree first. And again, I love this way of coloring because I really feel like you don't have to be very pretty with it. And while I have my YG17, I'm just going to kind of feather in some dark on my grass and on my flower stem. I think that's everything that's green here. Then we're going to take YG23, and I'm just really going to oversaturate. One thing I say not to do when you're normally coloring, but when you're coloring like this, we're just going to oversaturate the top of our tree, or our green of our tree. I also think this tree would be super cute with like some of the fall leaves, and you could turn it into a fall scene super easily. Or a winter scene, and you could have like a snowy background. So it's not limited to just spring and summer cards, I don't think. So in the chat, let me know, you guys, what you are going to be doing this weekend. If you're going to get some crafting time, or if you have fun plans. I would love to hear what everybody's plans are for the weekend. Okay, once we've kind of oversaturated and blended out our tree, I'm going to go back with YG17, and we're going to just kind of follow the stitch line here in a few little places and make some little dots. I think it adds some fun character. You guys know I love my little dots. And we are just going to do that all the way around like that. Quick and easy. Let's go ahead and do our frame here, our door frame. Yes, Joyce, it is my quad that they make me work all the time too. That's really interesting. Yep, and they make me do all these exercises. Who knew? I don't know. It's good though. It's all good. This is E59, so I'm going to do something a little darker, even though my door frame is brown, like the tree, but it's going to be slightly darker, and then I'm going to go in with E57. And you can see I didn't stay within the lines, which is totally fine. I am going to use this piece though, and I'm just going to go kind of up here where the window is going to show, and I'm going to use YR31. Oh my gosh, Danielle, I'm so excited you're going to use that beautiful embossing folder and stencils from Altenew this weekend. I love that. Spellbinders, Debbie says, fun. Let's see. Janelle's going to be crafting. Pink Fresh Studio orders coming today. That is so exciting. Cherry Crafters hoping to have a crafty filled weekend. Me too. Liz, oh my gosh. I had forgotten about that episode of Everybody Loves Raymond. Thank you. That's hilarious. Oh, sort your craft room in Norway. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's always a good idea. I need to do a little of that myself. And Ulrika is recovering from surgery, so everyone send her good get well thoughts. Take care of yourself. This piece here is the back of the birdhouse. I colored with E59 just so it's nice and dark. I am going to color the top of my birdhouse. I know it's upside down. Oh, and I'm going to color my frame for my window with E59. And I'm actually not going to blend that at all. The top of my birdhouse. And we're going to blend that with E57 and E59. All right, all we have left to color on this before we move on to critters. Oh, is it Scrapadis says, got the TEA-RRIFIC set but didn't get the dies and regret it so much. They're so cute. Oh, Joyous in Christ, I'm so sorry to hear that you're getting over the flu. Take care of yourself. Yes, cross stitch and card making is the prescription. I agree. Oh, good. Lynn gets to do a little crafting before work for a couple weeks. Hello, Stephanie. For my little flowers, I decided to go yellow. We've got some red and stuff going on in our card, and I thought yellow would be a pretty pop. So I'm going to do a little Y19 and Y08. And we're just going to go in with Y08 here on the tops. And again, that's another one that I did the rest because we have two of these. I did those off camera. Then we have our mushroom. And I'm going to have a few of those as well. So we'll color one of them here. I love the little mushrooms. In fact, you might have some others from other Lawn Fawn sets. Let's see. Jenny hopes to do some craft room organizing. Simon says stamp card kit and cross stitching. Yes. Crafting is the best medicine. No matter what craft you do, I agree. Best medicine. We're just going to go back with our same red colors. You're going to see a lot of repetition. Even though there's a lot of coloring, I really tried not to pull too many colors out today. Surprise of all surprise. And then for the base, I like that it layers because it makes this mushroom so much easier. We're going to use YR24 and 31. Janice says, I hate to fussy cut, but here a lot of people don't buy stamps and dies together. Thoughts? I don't like to fussy cut either, so I prefer to have the dies. But I know a lot of people like fussy cutting. It is kind of, I think it's probably divided 50-50. A lot of people really love it, and then there's people like me, like you, that don't. So if you like fussy cutting, let me know. Should we do a poll? I haven't done a poll in the chat for a while. Oh my gosh, why is that there? Let me see. Create a poll. Oh, I need to spell it right. There we go. Then we can kind of see what our group here thinks today. Oh, Christine said she was so proud she resisted all of this until today. Sorry. Oh, I forgot. We need to color our birdhouse. And I'm using BG49 and 53 as my color combination for my teal today. Oh, Joyce in Christ, isn't that how it always goes? You resist it while everyone else has it, and then you catch the bug. Oh, thank you, Debbie. And you can always go back and catch the replay. In fact, replay crew, love you guys so much. I appreciate everyone who's here live and everyone who checks this out later. Love all of you guys. And I have missed you guys the last few weeks, so I'm so happy to be back. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble our pieces here before we move on. Little break from coloring for just 1 second. Let me get some glue and some tweezers because they are your best friends. Yes, Scrapadis says, I got myself a scan and cut since I hate fussy cutting. That is a great alternative. Yep. Okay. I like seeing what everybody's saying. I'm going to go ahead and pop out these windows. We're not going to keep any of those. And we're going to get our door frame and then this little inside piece. And we are going to get the tops of our tree and our window frame. And we pop all those pieces out too. And then I'm going to pull in my extra tree pieces. And to build my tree, what I did, oh my gosh, did my chat stop moving? It did. Let me fix it. Yes. See, some people love fussy cutting. Tindaloo76 says, I love fussy cutting. I know that a lot of people really do. I'm not good at it. That's probably part of the reason I don't love it. Okay, so for my first tree piece, I kind of centered it. So you might have noticed I just put some little dabs of glue at the top of the tree. Then everything else I kind of tucked behind. So I'm just going to add some little dabs of glue. And we're going to start here like that. I might have put that too low. We'll put a little bit more. Oh, thank you, Connie. And I love that you're pretty new to card making. That is amazing. I love new card makers. So I'm going to kind of tuck that one where it just peeks up over the back and then it kind of fills in this area. And then we're going to use that other small piece over here. Debbie says, I love my scan and cut, but dies do make a difference. And I agree. And I know some people have really strong feelings about that too. They don't like the scan and cut. I have the scan and cut and I really do like it. But when I have the dies, I do sort of prefer them. It just depends. I go in phases where I use the scan and cut quite a lot. I'm going to just trace a thin line of glue all the way around the door frame. This is from Etsy, and I can link this afterwards. MJ Chang was asking, remind me if I forget. I will try to keep that out here on my desk as a reminder, but it is a great little stand for your glue, and it comes in different sizes, and I keep it upside down like this with the stopper in it, of course. So there's my door frame, and to help keep my fingers out of the teeny tiny piece, we're going to put some little glue on the back of our window casing, and we're going to pop that in place on our treehouse as well. Only we're going to do it straight because we don't want a wonky window, do we? There we go. Well, maybe. There. Then I'm going to flip my tree over. And then this was the inside from the door frame that I said I didn't color very nice, but it doesn't really require it. On the back of the door, I am going to do this. And just pop this little piece. So I kind of reused that. And I want to be careful because I want to have my squirrel kind of peeking out there. And then I noticed I probably didn't color very nice. I'm going to take my marker and fix that edge because I didn't like that white showing. That looks better. Yes, Betsy says she finds fussy cutting very relaxing. A lot of people really do. I love that. The Cheery Crafter says, does the scan and cut the image with an outline or does it cut right up to the image? It depends on how you set it up. It will cut right next to it, or you can set it up to cut an outline. I always use mine I always set it up, to cut that outline to look more like a die, coordinating die. No wonky windows, Robin says. Yes. Okay, then I am going to, actually, not my glue. Let's take our birdhouse. Let's take all the rest actually of our little images out here. So we've got our flowers. Oh, and I just seriously tore that. Oh man, you guys. We're gonna try to fix it. I don't think it die cut very good. All right. Well, let me see if I can do a little surgery, since I was a little too aggressive with this piece. It's really not supposed to need to, or not supposed to come apart. But I think we can fix it. Or at least fix it good enough so I don't have to die cut another one. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Connie. Oh, you guys are so nice. Thank you. I really have missed our lives so much. Let me see. So for the teeny tiny flowers, I find, and there are a couple options. I picked this one. There's also kind of a scallopy flower you could use too. And I'm just going to add, yeah, I think that'll work. So I had to kind of piece this together since I tore it, not being careful. But there's our flower, and then of course here's the one I did off camera. And I'm just going to tuck these little pieces in here for a minute because we do need to color our critters. For our mushroom, I'm going to pop, let me find a better tool. Hi, Bitty Penny. I'm going to pop out these little pieces. I know it's hard to see. And this little teeny tiny mushroom with the tip of my Spellbinder's Tool-in-One. Because when we layer it, we colored the top of our mushroom with some yellows, and that's what's going to peek through those holes. So it actually makes the assembly so easy. There's that. And then same with the birdhouse. It's got that layering piece. I love that Lawn Fawn does this, by the way, that has all the little layering pieces. My favorite thing is not having to die cut the image multiple times to put it together. Oh, thank you, Bitty Penny. I appreciate that so much. All right. Maybe I'm going to take my birdhouse to the back. Yeah, let's do it that way. And there's our little birdhouse. And I'm going to pop, so I don't lose these little guys, I am going to put them in my little tray. And let's color our critters. And then I want to make sure and put my pen back in my glue so it doesn't dry out. And this is how I store it all the time, so it's always ready to go. And I will find the Etsy store and link it. This was gifted to me, but I know exactly where that's from, and I will link it for you guys. Oh, Liz, me too. She says she's been rewatching older Christmas card videos and always shocked at how fast time goes. Whenever I go back and watch those, I am too. I'm like, I feel like I just made this yesterday. And then sometimes I get questions about cards, and it might not be on the exact card, like maybe through Instagram, and they're like, you made this card 6 years ago. Can you tell me what you used? And I'm like, I don't even remember making that card. I have to go back and really, really look. Oh, thank you, Janice. Oh my goodness, yes. Karen Stevens says, just got into Lawn Fawn due to the platform pop-up, and their attention to details is amazing. I couldn't agree more. No problem, it's the little things in card making. I have missed you guys too. So I'm going to do my tree stump first, same colors as our tree. So we're going to use E31, 55, and 57. I am going to try to color this up pretty quickly. Color everything pretty quickly. So I'm not coloring very nice, but we'll fix it here. All right. And really, the coloring does go pretty fast here. I'm pretty glad I pre-die cut this because as I was making this and I kept adding to our card, I thought there's no way that I'm going to have this. We could be here for hours and I'll be here by myself. Everyone will abandon me if I'm coloring for 4 hours. So I really tried to do some of this off camera. Denise says, can't stop buying. It's an addiction. It is so true. Yes. Okay, Bonnie, that's what I thought. It is Make It by Marco on Etsy. And she has like ink blending brush stands and all kinds of great things. But I love these rainbow holders. So definitely check out our Etsy shop. And I will add a link for you guys as soon as the live is over. Also to note, I did go down in the description and I added what marker colors I used for anything here. So if you missed that, or if you go back later and you want to know exactly what colors of Copic markers I used, you can find that information there. All right, then we're going to do our little banner. Oh my gosh, Karen, that's so awesome. You used my wedding dies for a card for your niece. I love that. Thank you. Oh, Joyce in Christ says her husband saw the last Christmas deer tag and told me I had to make them too. I love that. That is amazing. Rain Song 32. Everything with my surgery did go well. I am very much on the mend. I feel so much better. Thank you. Daniela says, better spending your money on crafty things than on psychiatric therapy. That's funny. You know, crafting is therapy. It makes me, and I know so many of you, happy as well. And I just love it. Debbie, you are welcome. I love you guys. This is my therapy for sure. I have missed everybody. It was hard not being able to go live. It was also hard not being able to keep up with my normal pace of how I like to do things. I stay very busy. That's just me though. I always like having crafty stuff. Yep, Make It by Marco. Denise says that's where the stand is from. Danielle says, I love felt ornaments you made during Christmas time and would like to buy those. Yeah, I think they would be too expensive. They take a while to make, or at least for me. I know I've had several requests, and I know, like, I think Susan Angelsley, I probably said her name wrong. She's one of my Patreon members, and she's requested felt ornaments too. So I'm working on some version for this year. I think if I do felt, it will be like I did last year, where I do a Christmas in July so that they're done early, or could be done early, I should say. Okay, so I talked all through coloring my banner. Lots of just bright colors there. Yes, Janice says, I love Lawn Fawn. You can use so many sets together. She says her husband wants to know how you can make a card in 1 hour and it takes me 2 days. I do a lot of prep work ahead of time. You can tell him that you can't rush your artistry. And I had time to prep about it and think about it, so I didn't come on here and be a hot mess for you guys. I've done that before, where I wasn't as prepared as I should have been, and I was mad at myself. I learned my lesson. And what's great about that is I always end up with more than one card. So I'm able to have plenty of cards to mail out. Okay, let's start maybe coloring everything that's blue. So I'm going to do my hedgehog's hat. This is again BG49 and BG53. Then I can start putting some of these markers away, or out of the way, I should say. Hello, Messy Missy. Biddy Penny, that's great to know. I would like to donate something. Can you message me, perhaps? Maybe even through Instagram, and remind me when this, you can do it anytime, so that when the live's over, we can talk about it. Please. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Karen says, I also made my brother a card using Trekking Through the Seasons. Oh, that's so fun. I loved Trekking Through the Seasons. Oh, that's totally fine. It wasn't a major surgery. It was just a little knee surgery so that I can get around, and I feel so much better. All right. Okay, let me see if I need any more colors, and then we'll just move on to kind of our earth tones. I'm going to do my little teacup in some reds. Bonnie, mail your cards. I promise that people will love getting them. Mail your cards. So I am just going in for my cake and just doing a little red. I'm trying to do all of my color so we can just do earth tones here. Whoops. So we're going to do, I love that the mouse and our bunny have bow ties. There's also a fox. I maybe could have even fit him on here, but I started thinking we might be here all day coloring all the critters. So I didn't. But I love them. And then our birds, we're just going to give them little red flowers. All right. Let's color in our bunny and our, I think, did I just do the bunny in gray? Yes. Oh, that's really interesting, Rain Song 32. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm going to look into them. Suggestions for how to make the mats for the scan and cut last longer. No. However, my friend Lori Willison said that she saw a, I believe it was a video on YouTube, and I haven't watched it, but she said that they were talking about washing the mat. There's something you can do to kind of reactivate it. Yep, Liz says that they have videos for that. I would do a search in YouTube and see if you can find that, because I'm sure you can get the answer. Because I agree, they don't stay sticky very long. I'm using Warm Gray 2, 3, and 5. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. For my bunny. And I'm really blending out. I did start taking very small walks again with my dog, so I'm happy about that. Oh, is it Delina? You can clean the mat with a baby wipe and soft brush, and then after dry, use Zig glue on them. That is amazing. Rain Song 32 says she tapes everything down and resticks with Zig pins. That is awesome. Thank you guys for the tips. I appreciate that. Oops, and a little pink nose. Oh, and I totally forgot his hat, didn't I? Here I thought I was doing so good. Let's do that little band around his little, looks like a little bowler hat or something. All right, next color combination. I think this is what well, first off, I am going to color our little acorn teacup, which I think is the cutest thing ever, with our same kind of earth tone markers. Actually, I think I did this. So E31, 55, and 57. And did I miss? Oh, yep, he's got an acorn too. Oh, good. There's It's the Little Things in Card Making said she saw a video how to re-sticky the mats. And I'm definitely going to be looking into those shoes. Thank you so much, Rainsong. I made a note. So I love that he has a little acorn because I feel like that just ties in. And I totally forgot my birds are blue. We're going to run a little over an hour today, you guys, which I had a bad feeling we would, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I try not to go too far over because I know everyone has things to do. And we're just going to leave a little space on the tummy to add some yellow. And one of these birds came from the TEA-RRIFIC stamp set and one came from the add-on. And I love that they're facing different directions. Ooh, Debbie J says she did a video showing 3 ways to re-stick your mat. Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. I don't feel like that blended very nice, so let's fix it or it's going to bother me. And I'm going to use YR24. I didn't feel like getting an orange marker out just for their beaks, and I actually really liked that. And then we're going to do a little R30 for the cheeks, which is such a little thing, but it's cute. And then I know for the bunny, I knew I forgot something. I'm going to go back with my warm gray 5 and add a few little dots. I also gave him a little pink cheek too. Oh, that's so awesome. Scrapadis says, I love your Lawn Fawn cards. I really got into Lawn Fawn and Copic coloring from watching my videos. Thank you. Oh, traveled to the US in 2018 and returned home with a suitcase full of Lawn Fawn stamp and dies and Copics. That is incredible. So let's color our little hedgehog and mouse next. They're both going to use the same colors, which are E40, 43, and 44. I'm just going to go in and do a whole base of E40. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for sharing the Lawn Fawn, not Lawn Fawn, Scan and Cut channel that shares all kinds of videos and tips. That's amazing. I think if you're looking into a scan and cut, definitely check something like that. So I'm doing kind of a feathering technique. For my hedgehog, I for sure don't want to overblend because I want him to have that texture. And so that was E44. And then I'm just going to go in and kind of go over that with E43. And then we're going to add just a little E43 to the body here for some shading in the lighter areas. And blend that back out with E40. Really, really quick. I don't really like those feet. Let's do that. There we go. And then R30 for the inside of the ear, the cheek. And then I do want to add definition to his ear, so I'm going to go with E44 there. Oh, thank you, Joyce and Christ. I'm so glad. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, good. Thank you guys for sharing the information on the scan and cut. I love that. Thank you. You guys are the best. I always say we've got the best crafters here. Everyone is so nice and shares what they know, and I love you guys. For the hat, I'm using E57 and E55. I wanted kind of a neutral color hat on my little gray bunny with that red band and the red bow tie. All right, let's go back and do our little mouse. I am going to go ahead and just do a little R30 for the inside of his ear. Same thing as the hedgehog. We're going to just go in with E40, and I just kind of color everything. Not that nice, but a little dark nose, so I usually pick a darker color to do that. And we're going to blend. We're almost done coloring. So many little critters. And luckily I've already die cut them, so we can just put them on our card. All right, same thing. I use these same colors for my cake, so we're going to do a little E40 and 43 for the cake part. And then for the top of the cake, I actually picked E59. I wanted it to kind of look like a dark chocolate. And I forgot, I did put like a little bit of brown inside the coffee cup. Then I do have a different color combination. Let me get those out for our squirrel. Yes, Christy says, I feel like I'm meeting with a group of friends. Me too. I do too. No, I haven't bought an electric die cutting machine yet. I almost bought one and then I didn't. I just can't decide. I also haven't done another mass-produced die cut card, so I'm sure the next time I do that, I'll be like, yep, why did you not buy one? That's always when I think of it. Oh, so sorry, you guys. This color combination is going to be E19, 13, and 18. So I did 13 as my base. And then the other two are going to be our darker colors for blending and shading. Yes, everyone is so generous and helpful. I love it. I think someone has the answer for any crafty question we've got. I love it. Then I'm going back with E13 and I'm just kind of blending those two darker colors out. And I like them because I think they have a little bit of a red tone to them, which I think looks cute for the squirrel. Oh my goodness, our coloring is done. Woohoo! Okay, let's put it all together, shall we? So we do need to add our greeting. I do have that prepped already, so we can I love that, Debbie J. She's just sorting and organizing while the video's going. That is so cool. Janice says, can't believe how much more fun the videos are live. I love that. Thank you. All right. I kind of squished my paper. Like I said, the greetings are from TEA-RRIFIC and, oh, whoops, that's the wrong way. And the TEA-RRIFIC add-on. Good thing I noticed that. So I already have them prepped in my MISTI. I'm going to stamp those with a little bit of black. And let's have some fun building a scene. I'm going to take my tree, and I want to avoid that door. And I don't need to go all the way to the top. So you might notice, yes, my tree sticks up above this. So it probably isn't going to fit in even a Slimline card. You can trim that off. You could make the bushy part a little bit lower. I likely will send mine in bubble mailers. I just had to send out some cards this week, and I had to send several of them in bubble mailers. Sometimes artistic license requires that you have to be creative with your envelope. Oh, thank you, Rainsong32. I am going to build around my tree, and then we will add our scene. Odin is snoring super loud. Apparently, he doesn't find this very interesting. We're going to put one of our groups of flowers here. Oh, Vanessa, that's awesome. I love that you're cross-stitching while you're watching. I do that all the time when I watch YouTube. I've been loving cross-stitching lately. It's so relaxing to me. I actually got up early this morning and stitched a little bit. So what I like around the base of any house, I mean, obviously we're doing the tree house today. I like it to be really full. Like I want a whole bunch of little things going on around there. So we've got little tufts of grass. We've got flowers. Oops. There are other sets you could mix and match in with this to be even more extra if you want to. I think that would be fun. I think it would be fun to add in some of the other houses like the mushroom. There's just so many fun things you could do here. So I want to just kind of, there we go. I want some back behind, some in front. Oh, Diane, my neighbor does mow his yard and he sings. He's already mowed though, 2 times this week. And Ethan and I were outside the other day when he started singing. Oh my gosh, we laughed. I don't know. He's interesting. I think I'll leave it there. He's interesting. All of that coloring, and then it's all put together. I just love it. I think it's so cute. I don't know what it is about building little die-cut houses like this, but I am here for all of it. Oh, the strawberry house too. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so much fun. Yes, Rainsong says she knows what she's going to do when she gets home from teaching. She's going to build a treehouse scene. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it. If you do and you share it, I would love to see. So make sure and tag me if you create one. So we tucked our little squirrel. I felt like we needed our squirrel coming out from the house. And if you weren't here at the beginning, I did pick him from the Let's Go Nuts set purposely because I wanted some sort of critter who looked like he was coming out of the house to join the party. Christy says she's cross-stitching too. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yes. Tindaloo76 says she has the mushroom house, and wouldn't it look cool to make a town with all the houses and tree houses? Oh my gosh, would that not be amazing? Oh, Cassie says the French Open is on. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to put our little tree stump. Something I didn't add to the finished card, but I thought was cute, in the the TEA-RRIFIC set, there is like a little butterfly and a butterfly trail. I'm almost thinking I should add that. when we're done. I don't want to mess up on camera and then get mad. But I thought that would be really fun to add to this as well. We're going to stick our little cake plate here and our cake. Vanessa says, yes, that she finds it hard to make cards while watching, so she usually just watches. Yeah, when I watch YouTube, I cross-stitch a lot because I find I can do that. I agree. Oh, thank you, Liz. Lynn, that's the perfect description. It's adult dollhousing. And I loved myself a little dollhouse back in the day. Are you kidding? I still do. Sometimes I think I see like adult women who build dollhouses. Has anybody here done that? And I've thought, wouldn't that be kind of fun? I don't know. I probably don't need yet another hobby. I always just think it looks kind of fun. Christine says there's something so satisfying about seeing it all to come together. Yes, there is. I agree. Rain Song says she'll be right back just to change computers. I love it. Okay, my birds, which I love that we have some more critters and birds and things because I think it does help fill in a little bit over here. So we're going to stick this one kind of standing on our flowers. And this one is going to be up in our tree. And then I'm going to have our hedgehog holding our teapot. And the bunny is going to be holding his little cup of tea. Yeah, that would be so fun. Christy says she loves the idea of a town. She has all of the box critters on display. I don't, and I wish I did. I've thought of that many, many times that I think it would be really cute in my craft room. Okay, so you guys know what we need to do now. We for sure need to add some hearts. Hearts, and we need to fix their eyes. So I want a white heart. And, oh, I didn't even grab any. And now I grabbed too many. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to add a few little hearts. And then instead of using, there is a circle for the doorknob, but I like to go rogue and add a heart instead. I do think I'll probably add that butterfly later on. And before I forget, nope, not that one. We do want to take a black jelly roll pen and add detail to the eyes. And again, this is a really small thing, but I think it makes a huge difference in their cute little faces. Noses too, if you need to. And I forgot a little pink on my mouse's cheek. And you can always go in and add some little white dots if you want. And there you go. Now the only thing left is to place this on a Slimline card base. So that's what I did here, and I'll probably just do that when we're done. And then I stamped the rest of the phrase from the TEA-RRIFIC add-on inside. And there you go. And I didn't make a coordinating envelope because, like I said, this is going to have to probably be sent in a bubble mailer to protect it. I just didn't want to lose the height of the tree. And I kind of personally love when a tree sticks up a little higher. So there is our fun little TEA-RRIFIC Slimline cards. All right. Molly says, Nicole, how did you learn to cross stitch? Are you self-taught? No, actually my mom taught me when I was about, I want to say 8 or 9. And I wish I still had the project. She bought me a little kit and it was a little strawberry. And I think it even came with the little frame. I should go look and I have a couple of boxes of things from my childhood. I don't think it's in there, but my mom cross-stitched, and so that is how I learned. Yes, Christine says she loves that this card is relatively flat. Yes, so it's going to mail pretty easily. Yes, Connie says you may have a granddaughter one day, so don't lose the dollhouse idea. Oh, I won't. I'm all about it. Let's see. Lynn says she makes journals, so she's fussy cutting. I like it. Did I miss any questions? I'm trying to go back and look, but if I missed it, ask again before we sign off for the day, because I hate to miss anything. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. I loved being back with all of you. Replay crew, love you guys so much. Thank you for watching the videos. I appreciate it. I hope everyone has an amazing weekend, whether you get to craft or not. I hope you get a few minutes of crafting in. I missed you guys, so thank you. Thanks for being so warm and welcoming. Thanks for being the best community out there. I love everybody, and this is the highlight of my week, going live with you guys. Okay. Janice wants to know where I got the heart embellishments. These were a gift from Teresa. They are from Etsy. It's kawaii something. I will link this too. My Etsy things I will link here just as soon as we're done. Debbie says, how do you manage your destashing? I'm pretty brutal. Generally, if it's discontinued, it goes. If I have only used it once, it goes. My lawn fawn never goes. There are things I personally love, and I know that I love, and I know that I'll reuse. So I do keep those, but generally it's discontinued, things that don't bring me joy, or if I feel overwhelmed, I'm just brutal. Okay. I think I have got everything. If I haven't, definitely drop me a comment down below. If I asked you to send me a message about the card drive, please do. I would like to donate something for that. And otherwise, I hope everyone has the best weekend. I love you. We will see you next Friday. Do something crafty this weekend. Bye, everyone. The supplies used in today's video are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another project that you might be interested in. Please remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to never miss a new live video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.